Hello. Oh, Sunset. Hello, Harry. Hello, Edward. I see the monstrous Montana mice didn't get you. No, we didn't see any mice. We saw a surprising amount of elk. We saw some otters. Some different birds. A lot of buffalo. We went to Yellowstone for a little bit. A lot of ravens. I guess the majority. Yeah, we got lucky when we were doing like a tour thing through Yellowstone as a winter tour. You go on this like big vehicle with these giant tires that are like that much shorter than me type thing. And you ride through kind of like a guided tour so that you can get to go through the Yellowstone in the winter, which is kind of neat considering geological activity. Everything's kind of weird and hot in places, so it's really steamy. It's kind of weird. But we went by one of the rivers. They slowed down because there was actually an otter swimming upriver. It was a river that is never freezes. So even though it was like 5 degrees out, it was still just water. Because with all the geological activity, it keeps the water too warm. So the otters were in there for warmth, and they were just swimming upriver. He says that was a pretty rare occurrence. There's one funny bit where we were pulling out of stepped over for like they have this little shack where you can get coffee and some other stuff within the park, and as we leave, we're like, all right. We can finally get going, and we take the corner, and immediately in the middle of the road was a bunch of buffalo, and he's like, or not, because there was just literally right in front of us there was an entire pack, so we had to go around very slowly. Michael's goal was to ride a buffalo, and the Michael's sick, so he's sitting out. He's gonna call in though. Hello. Oh. Hello, I got to put the other mic down. Does the audio go through at this point? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I probably should. It wants me to stream just Source Filmmaker. No, because if I have to do other things on my screen, there's the share my screen button. Okay. I'll make sure entire screen. There we go. I should probably put a Discord thingy out. I was just telling him about Montana. And what are you talking about? It was colder here than there by far. Yeah, it was, we were out there like, the coldest thing we had to deal with was wearing the suits for the wedding because we didn't have any coats on and it was outside. And then suddenly the sun went away and it got windy. So that kind of was cold. Every other point, it was like not that bad. I think when we were driving to Yellowstone, we hit a point where it's like -9 or something outside, but we were just passing through that area. By the time we got to the park, it was already back up to 10 degrees or something. But otherwise, for most of the stuff in the Montana area, it was closer to like 30 to 40, so pretty good. Are you supposed to hear Michael? Probably not in the immediate. Let me double check. Oh, I have to hit a button. Hold on. All right, now you can hear Michael.
Yay! I'm coming into chat. I just have to relog into Twitch. I deleted all my passwords.
You deleted all your passwords?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I guess. I got to
remember
my camera. Stupid.
There you are.
Kinda.
All right.
I gotta fix the camera. It requires that I, when the computer goes to sleep to save power, it requires that I unplug and replug, and I always forget.
All right, I got chat popped out now.
There we go. So it's just me. And then some AI that I got to train on Michael.
There we go. Oh, wait, are you trying to replace me with an AI? Is that the ultimate goal? The Michael AI?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear myself now.
Well, then mute the stream.
I thought I did. I thought I closed it.
Dude, you might be going back through Discord too.
Hold on.
Because you're hearing everything on my desktop, which includes you. So just mute what you hear. There shouldn't be any audio on there. Oh, yeah, play music too. There we go.
Oh, I found it.
No, it was good. There was I didn't put any. Let me see if
All right.
yeah, there was maybe give it a sec here. I thought I already had it connected. Apparently not.
Did you two get sick again? No, because he's a monster and he doesn't get sick.
No, I've got sick a couple times, but I for last con and trip, I've been taking a lot of emergency, but leading up to and then while we're there. And so far, since I've done that, I haven't gotten sick, but Michael has. So it's correlation, not causation. But so far, it is where I will keep doing that.
I mean, there's no negative to it, so why not?
Okay.
This does provide me an opportunity, though.
Opportunity to what?
And talk to chat, and get you that derpy armor.
Oh, see, now you're just multitasking. Oh, don't do that. Hold on.
I mean, I'm going to use this time wisely.
Hold on. Let's see.
And in relation to the...
Let me get that. You don't care what you guys see.
What is that Cubone?
I need to get the thing connected. I want to show some of the pictures from the nature stuff, but hadn't.
Is that that's a Cubone though? Is that not a pony? It looks like a pony.
That is a pony from something. I don't have too many photos left on my whatever. It's not working. I'll worry about it later. I don't have too many photos left on my phone. I clear it out quite often. All I have is like the trip, and I probably have all of Ciderfest in Texas because one of those pictures I saw there's from Texas. Michael got sick again. I am fine.
Yeah. Now,
I think he just needs to do some preparatory stuff to get his immune system beefed up before going out into places.
John heard you're supposed to bring something blue to a wedding, and he decided it should be all of his guests. So he put us all out in the cold. But I was probably somebody on the plane or something. Who knows?
No, because it wouldn't have been that fast. It was probably towards the beginning. Usually take a couple days, unless it's from the initial.
I don't want to blame anybody at the wedding.
Well, you can.
I want to blame somebody on the plane because that's less close. I'm almost over it though. I think by tomorrow I'll be decent as opposed to the day where I woke up and I did think about staying home, but I was like, no, I gotta go get some work done. So I worked today, but I'm not gonna hang out next to him and get hit.
Leave the lights on.
Get him sick.
Well, we have D&D tomorrow, man.
Well, I hope to be better by tomorrow.
Kyle is prepping food tonight, and we'll have it ready for tomorrow. So if suddenly you cancel, he's going to have a bunch of food.
Who's going to have a bunch of food?
Kyle. He's preparing food tonight for food tomorrow.
Okay. Well, no, I intend to be better.
You intend to? What are you doing to assist?
I'm currently drinking water.
You need some orange juice. You need some other things than just water.
I had orange juice yesterday.
You should have it again today.
I'll have one during the stream.
I've been taking emergencies ever since we got back, just to ensure I keep up on it.
You're like, get better, damn it. We're not holding back the D&D session.
Well, because if you miss today, Kyle can't do most for half of February, and then afterwards he has bowling every Wednesday for a month. So it means we have to do it on the weekend, or we're going to have a month and a half or 2 months without anything.
I've scheduled with the virus that it has to go home.
Well, how about you do things before you go somewhere to help ensure it? Before you trip?
Cold medicine.
What did you take before the trip? A cold medicine just gets rid of symptoms. It doesn't actually help you get better. If anything, it delays it.
I am going to get better. You'll see.
Uh-huh.
I have magic powers.
If you're at the end of it, it probably is fine. But what was I going to do here? Oh, you are certain. Based on having been sick before and knowing when it's turning around. Yeah, when you were sick the last time for over a month.
Well, that was a combination of things that chained off of one another.
There it is.
This is not that, and I'm nearly over it. Mike will have to yell his character actions down the stairs. You'll just have me set up as on the Discord. Well, there you go. Worst case scenario, I'm a tablet.
Worst case scenario, I suddenly, out of nowhere, have to spend a lot of time to get you set up for a very specific situation that I didn't have set up before.
Worst case scenario, somebody shits themselves during D&D.
Oh wait, why did your worst case scenario just escalate?
Because we gotta keep going. Worst case scenario. I want to go from shitting ourselves to aliens attack to like one of your moms shows up. That's above.
If my mom showed up, I don't think that'd be a bad thing. They were over. When was it? A couple weeks ago, and they were like curious on all the stuff I had set up.
Yeah, I mean, it does beg a certain degree of curiosity seeing a bunch of like random figurines laid onto a table. All right.
Michael, disinfectants kill viruses, and one disinfectant happens to be alcohol. You know what you must do.
No, alcohol, as nice as that sounds, because I still have some of that really good meat outside, it would probably have the opposite effect.
You are not drinking that meat outside.
I'm not.
It's a block of ice.
No, it does not freeze.
At negative 10?
I'm going to go check it.
It is I walked by it. It is a block of ice.
I'm going to go look.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Should have put a bet on that. What am I doing here? Okay, I need to get this object's illumination position. The cloud is causing issues going through the wall. I want to see if the illumination position can solve it. Otherwise, there's another issue or another thing I can do to solve it. Okay. Nope, it's not. Okay. Oh, it's not as much about meat on the rocks. It's how the hell do you get it out of the bottle then? Okay, so if I keep it here and I move this, still does it. Okay. I could shrink it as it gets closer.
Okay, you're correct. It's currently a block of ice.
Yes. I walked by it and I saw it on my way in today, and I'm like, oh, that is just ice.
Yeah, I guess it got cold enough.
Like, what is there? Right now, it is, well, actually got up to 12. They are talking, though, on Thursday into Friday, negative 20. The high for Friday is negative 9.
Maybe I should put the meat in the fridge.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have about 48 hours almost straight where we don't go above 0. But end of January, this is the normal end of January thing. We normally go below 0 for a while. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have negative temps up until next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, the Thursday after, and then it goes back up into like the 20s. So we're just getting it out of our system. All right, so I need to make this red, and this is the default of white, so I should be able to do that with just overrides. Problem is, if I'm off on the color, it's going to be very noticeable. Making a weird sound when I'm changing the volume. This is 0.8. No, that's kind of too red. I need to be a little bit more purple. Well, that's pretty good. There's particles. We're gonna get rid of the particles, and I have the lights off right now, so okay. The problem with doing it this cloud way, oh, it actually might work better this way, is it generally it has like a definition on certain parts, so that especially the top part had a little piece, so the one I'm using, and I don't want that, so we're going to try it upside down. Should actually work. Anyways, what did anybody have any like fun things they were doing while we were out?
I'm looking at this armor, and I think the only thing I need to do to it is send it to you. Oh my goodness. I've just been sitting on it, all done and shit.
Oh, I do have to worry about the lighting. See, now it's not doing a thing.
I should probably put it in a pack. I guess that's the thing I have to do.
Okay, so that's not doing a thing.
Minnesota, I try to go outside in just a polo shirt and then freeze to death. I've gone out in negative temperatures before in just a t-shirt with no shoes to take out the trash.
Yeah, I mean, I've done stuff like that too. It really is just about how long you're out there and what you're doing. Yeah. Like, if it's negative temps and I need to go dump the trash, the issue isn't being outside and dumping the trash. The issue is you have to open the door, unlock a door, and then there's usually some kind of snow in the way. Now that it's colder, it's harder and in the way. It might be slippery. There's a lot of other factors. Being cold, you're only cold for a few seconds.
Snow.
Yeah.
If there's snow, yeah, then that adds a level of complication.
But generally, the cold isn't the problem. As long as you know you can get back inside, whatever. You can get inside and now it's warm, you're fine. It's just about not being out there for too long. The colder it is, the higher the risk for frostbite. But even then, if you're only going to be outside for 10 seconds, it's whatever. Yeah. I think frostbite takes a couple minutes generally of exposed skin, but at its worst. And that sounds very short amount of time, but generally it's not too dangerous to say that. Like, say you're all bundled up and you have a scarf on, your face is showing. Generally, even that's usually kind of okay, because as long as it's not windy, because the heat radiates from below and it will help prevent any frostbite. It's just like fingers, ears. If you are not wearing thick enough pants, if it's really cold and you're outside for a while, because it might not be insulating enough, that's the stuff you have to worry about.
Yeah. Now in Minnesota,
I saw -9 on Friday.
Isn't that a funny joke? It's like, haha, I locked the door on you. You can't get it. It's like, as you
I am dead now.
Yes. Haha, funny. I've lost a finger. All right. Let me get these files into a pack so I can send them to you. And I need to stop like it getting snot everywhere. All right.
What did I name? Oh,
No, I also breathe through my mouth and my lungs would crystallize. It would be crazy enough to do that.
yeah, that's also a big thing. Like, if it's super, super cold and it's windy, I will try to wear a scarf, something to cover up my mouth. Otherwise, breathe through your nose, because your nose is built for one of those purposes, is to go put air by blood so that it'll warm it up and keep it from getting too cold. Or if you're going to breathe through your mouth, you kind of just hold your tongue like in your mouth a little bit forward and like cupped so that all the air has to go around your tongue. It's generally your tongue is fine. But it will help the air have extra places to go and warm up. It's if you take a big deep breath and it goes straight on down, then it's a problem. So don't hyperventilate, don't overexert yourself so that you're breathing hard. That's all this stuff you don't want to do. But really, just don't go outside. That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. Work from home, right?
Yeah. Well, the coldest day this week is when I originally was thinking about going to the office on Friday, but nope. Not no more.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
You can do it too. It's called quitting.
Yeah. One caveat though, I won't be able to pay my landlord rent.
You can sell your body.
Regardless. I can sell my body. I could become a prostitute.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, like just selling kidneys and shit?
Well, there's that, yeah, actually. That's a better idea.
Yeah. All right.
You can borrow the bathtub.
Yeah, awesome. I never get to use the bathtub.
You wouldn't use it anyway.
No, I wouldn't. I wonder if anybody has. Do you think it has? Have you ever taken a bath in that bathtub? No, but it seems relevant in the moment.
No.
No?
I have laid in the bathtub. Like, I had it where I was sick like a year or something ago, and I got up in the middle of the night and like I was just dead dry and like in a bad way, and I just couldn't get to sleep. And so I just put on a hot shower and I just laid in the bathtub and like with as hot of water as I could with no fan on, just to like live in the steam, and it helped a ton.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I would very much. That would be nice if you're sick. Just getting into a super hot bath.
But it wasn't a bath. I was still showering. I was using it to kick steam up. So.
Yeah. Well, even when I used to take baths as a kid, I would have the shower like fill the tub, and I would sit in the tub while it filled with water. But I was a weird kid, so I don't know.
I might have.
No, like anytime I'm sick, I get the shower as hot as I can get it before the point it burns me. Because just to clear out my sinuses.
I don't like doing it before bed. Going into like bed very, very warm. I don't like that. I usually want to go to bed warmer, but not to where if I go into the covers, I'm like boiling hot. But I understand when you're sick a little bit, but usually if you're sick, you have the chills anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Michael's Manho Services.
I like the name.
Manho.
It's like, why do you guys keep calling me? I tell you, it's a gardening service. It's a man with a hoe. I'm a gardener, damn it. It's like, I'll give you $2,000. Okay.
There's an SNL skit about who was the actor that did it. Was it Christopher Walken? I can't remember. It might have been Christopher Walken or something like that. But it was. Oh no, it wasn't Christopher Walken. But it was about a guy that would be paid to eat food in front of people.
Yes.
And the whole thing was like, so I'm a professional eater. People pay me money to go to their house. They usually will dress me up, sometimes like a baby or something, and then they will feed me very sloppy food, and to eat it, and sometimes make noise like wah wah or something, and they will sit and watch. Upon completion, I will leave. It was Jake, the guy that played Spider-Man's the picture of Spider-Man guy, J.K. Simmons.
Wait. J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, it was him that was playing the guy for that. And he was just describing that his job was to just go to these rich people's houses and just eat food sloppily in front of them. And it was like a job, like bring your dad or have your dad talk about their job day. And the two people that were before them were like, how do I get this job? And he's like, I don't know. I just kind of fell into it. And then so he gets a call on his phone. He goes, yep, I'll be there in 30 minutes. He goes, yeah, they're coming to pick me up in the limo. I got eating I got to do. And these people are like, I want that job. That sounds amazing. And they're like, well, how much you get paid? About 30,000 a session. What?
That is very specific.
It was funny.
It does sound like fun, especially with J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
It's perfect for him. Oh. What you got going on there? Still with Rarity at the window, I see.
I'm working on the pink cloud portion.
I really like that silhouette you have, and I'm hoping you don't lose it entirely with the city in the background.
So the silhouette that's a tough one. Because technically there would be a silhouette, but there wouldn't be
the city really.
There wouldn't be definition. But the way if I do it with light, doesn't work very well because all lighting can do is increase brightness, where technically a normal cloud should flatten brightness. It should have where all brightness gets even to whatever the cloud color is, depending on light sources. But I'm not going to have to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. So like here, now it's actually working. Like I don't have it right up to the window, but this is technically, I should probably vary that a little bit, but I can do that later. Okay, let's move this closer then. So if I want to show the cloud coming, I can technically do it.
You could, but you would have to add Fluttershy to the scene.
Yeah, because you can show it coming that way.
That was the negative, which I think you could if you really wanted to have Fluttershy, but then you would animate her putting her hoof to the window.
I don't really want to do that because then I'd have to have Fluttershy yelling, and that's going against what I kind of want for the scene. I thought about having when the doors open that there's a flash like Rarity just did it, but I don't know.
Denise, I'm afraid of the soup in the fridge. I need to get rid of it.
I have brought up on top of that soup so many times.
I know, but things keep happening.
I was sick for an entire month and couldn't do anything. Except for I could take my meat out and put it into a bottle, and I could play games with my friends.
No, I did the meat thing before I got sick, or like between two sicknesses. I bottled that mead like over a month ago. I think it was right before I started getting sick. I bottled that last thing. Is it alive? It may very well be.
Oh, that kind of looks cool. It's not. I'm not gonna keep it, but
it looks neat. It looks like an album cover.
Well, it kind of looks like if there was a pink cloud, that would be kind of what it would look like for the sun to go through it. It's thick. Things are in the way. But I can't.
Also the barrier around.
I can't really actually use it though, because its placement is not actually above the building and the perspective is kind of off. I need to go through to any of these lights that are shining, and I need to get them to, like right now the clouds are too close. I need to get it to about here. Yeah, that should get me enough to where I can get these lights hidden. But I definitely think it looks cool. Oh, that looks really cool. But I can't keep it. Okay, so left. I'm gonna guess that's this one. Yep. That should be easy enough. As long as it's not right up to the window, which is fine. I don't have to worry about that. And even if I did, I could just use other models for that. This should work fine. This is giving me the room that I need to use cut on and cut off. if I put it right up to it for this central light, it'd be perfectly fine. It would go straight. I could get it to cut right to the window. It's these angled ones that I can't get it right to the window. It'd have to have like some kind of cross section. So if I want to have a cross section that doesn't touch the window, I need a little bit of a gap here. And that's what I was trying to do. So right now that cross section is kind of like that. Should be fine. But the min of my cut on is not enough. All you need to do is pull it away from that window. There we go. Okay, go to the next one. There was a court judge that was treated very well, and I think he just had to perform a fart for his employer, plus guests every once in a while. There's a YouTuber I've been watching. I think it's Chris and Jack. They make like a video a month, but it's just fun, really funny stuff. And they did a video about a court jester, mainly because one of the guys actually knows how to really good, like professionally juggle. And so it was him just doing that, but it was a king that was saying, "Jester, you always make me laugh, but I want to feel something different. Make me cry." And he's like, what? And it's him trying to make the king cry, but the king is a narcissistic asshole. Michael, you have a voice impression for a soup alive in your fridge. Isn't that like a Weird Al song?
It's like, it's living in the fridge.
Yeah.
You can't stop the mold from grow. When it's living in the fridge, you can't stop the mold at all. Oh, yeah, it's based off Living on the Edge. Something in the fridge today. I don't know what it is. I think that it's alive. I remember bits of that song. But
Bits? I thought you'd remember everything from that song. It's a Weird Al song.
Living in the fridge, you can't stop the mold from growing.
You already said that part.
Yeah, I know. Look, it was a long time ago that I had heard that song. I was a child. There was a lot of drugs involved. Soup in that song. It is true. Let me see. Blub, 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 blub. Feed me. Blub, 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 blub. Human flesh. Blub, blub, blub. I am the soup. Blub, 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 blub.
Blub, 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 blub.
That's the sound the soup make. Andre the soup.
Andre the soup? Audrey the soup.
Audrey.
Wait, isn't that just isn't that Audrey 2? What was the name of the plant in
Audrey 2.
Is it Audrey 2? Okay.
Yeah. It was all the I like that movie. That's a good movie. You've never seen oh, see, now I'm blanking on the name of the film that I'm trying to recommend. But it's very good. It's got Rick Moranis in it.
Living in the
Go
Fridge.
watch it. It's called Living in the Fridge, yeah.
No, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. Little Shop of Horrors, yes. Little House of Horrors on the prairie.
Little House of Horrors on the Prairie.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so I thought about like trying to keep the sun because I kind of like how it is, but does it work at an angle? Because I could put it straight above, but I kind of like
the color of the sun because there's like the barrier also around the city. So
this is it's going to stay pink. If I try to make any other color, being that it was supposed to be that it was fully obscure and nothing was visible, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with trying to make. I mean, I probably won't have the sun be that bright.
Because Luna and Celestia were maintaining the barrier around the city. I don't know what color it would have been, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I'm going to guess blue.
That would be my
It probably
guess.
says somewhere, but I'm also not going to care now. All right. I want to see. So, oh no, that's including. Why is the light moving? It should just. Oh, the light's not moving. I'm moving the layers, and that is therefore moving the light. Okay, because of that, then I can't have the light here at first. So, it looks like no matter what I do, this doesn't change the obscurity. What the? Why is it not changing the obscurity of the building? Oh, hold on. What was that?
All right, consider this scent. I'll have to work.
It's creating
out
a weird effect with the crack. I had to fix the crack too, but it's having like models like this that you can like cast light onto and manipulate. It actually has some really neat effects. It's just not utilized too much. Yeah, so
I'll make the stallion armor once you've had a chance to test that armor, because I don't want to have to like make a separate armor and then there's something wrong with the base model. So that'll be enough for now. I'm just gonna want you.
Okay, so everything that was causing the light to be weird before was because it was a volumetric light that was lighting it. If I put the light on now. So the pink volumetric light was the one causing most of the lighting, and that's why even if I get rid of this group, it really doesn't change it from that look. Kind of feel like if I was going to have the plants there, they would almost look like they're withering as they're looking at it.
It would pretty much just be. I would think the plant matter would almost die on contact instantly.
Well, I can't. Showing that would be really hard.
Yeah.
You'd have to find like a plant that either had something to animate to it or something like it. I wouldn't have to have something that looked that detailed. I could grab just about any plant because it just would be.
But just basically just caused organic matter to fuse to itself. It was a weird gas. So maybe they wouldn't look dead. They would just almost become like plastic. But it wouldn't look any different, at least immediately.
Did the bombardment cease after the pink cloud, or did it keep going? I thought it kept going. I thought it kept going because then it kept them from closing or from opening it.
Well, they weren't going to open it just to keep they had like their goal changed after the gas was released. It was more or less about protecting the city and giving time for those around the city to evacuate. But yeah, they kept bombarding the city even after the gas was released. It was a two-part plan by the Zebras.
It created two things. It created a problem that the shield created a centralized bit for that whole thing to be contained a bit in, and if they didn't have the shield, all of it would go down into the city below, which eventually it did anyway. But it kept it as a contained problem to allow people to try to escape. So
it kind of played on their good nature too, because they knew the gas wouldn't kill the princesses.
That's a good part of Boar.
Exposed, yeah. They knew it wouldn't kill the princesses unless they were exposed for a decent period of time. But they figured if they created the situation, they would maintain the barrier and trap themselves inside to try to save ponies, because they're decent people. And Luna held out to her death. Celestia did leave, but she was dying when she left. I don't think it's as easy as that, Harry. really dive deep into the lore of Fallout Equestria, and it really comes down to, if anyone is to blame for the war, it was Celestia.
You got him started.
I'm not going to get into the nuances of why.
He's started. You can't stop now.
I'm trying not to get started, but I'm trying to answer this query of sorts. A lot of really good intentions gone wrong. A lot of fear. Like, Luna was to blame too. For her past actions, is what the Zebras were afraid of her doing again. A lot of bureaucracy and politics. It gets deep. I wouldn't say that the Zebras were evil. I wouldn't say the Equestrians were evil. It was just a series of unfortunate events that led to a war that neither of them could stop fighting.
I think that's a lot of wars, is a series of unfortunate events, especially if you're limiting tickets.
Yes. I don't know. As I get older, I think it just takes one or two really evil people to create the wars that kill millions. Derpy evil? Derpy is not evil. She's the pure soul in the Fallout universe. She becomes one of the elements of harmony after the war, after the events of Fallout Equestria. She becomes the element of joy.
Who's the element of joy now?
I guess Pinky.
Is that joy?
I think initially it was hope. And they've kind of interpreted it differently. Hope was interpreted as laughter under Pinky.
She's an element of being annoying.
It was kind of interesting that, like, later in the series, you kind of understand that what they called the elements was just their interpretation. But, I mean, Twilight's was magic, but its original interpretation was sorcery, which is essentially the same thing. But...
It's 828. Not what I want. 1397. These are horribly named textures. 1397. Not what I want. Yeah. 0725. Not what I want. 3147. Ooh, this feels like Deep Rock people naming this. No, not this one.
Have you gone to the Deep Rock files? They are a mess.
This looks, yeah, this is what I was looking for. All right.
Like, I've modded a few different games, but never have I gone through the absolute, like, pile of nonsense that is the Deep Rock Galactic file structure. There is no, like, one structure. It's like whoever was working on it at the time invented their own file structure, and then they just kind of copy pasted it all together in something that works.
Hopefully they're all using the same.
They are not.
No, this.
It changed. Oh. I thought talking Deep Rock.
No, I want to dim the windows. But being that they're using the names of the textures as that, I would think it. Yeah, they're all using the same. Okay, good. I don't know if that's quite dim enough. Yeah, we're gonna dim that a bit more. I gotta be careful too, because like over here, there's a rock that's visible.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind having the windows be a little visible, but like even this tree here is a little too visible. I could probably. Oh, I don't have my main like light on. Where's my big shadow light?
I did kind of like.
Oh, my shit, like because it's not on.
It is kind of implied that she was just stuck there until she died. But I think in Project Horizons, somebody does talk to her shortly before she dies. Golden something. I can't remember his name. After Fluttershy was teleported away and Angel Bunny left, she's just kind of stuck there, slowly dying from poison. And she does not, out of all the main 6 who die, she has the
She's just going and going.
slowest death. Hers is the worst death.
I just want to add a little bit of a shadow. There we go.
I don't know if it's related, but she did have a bunch of Horcruxes all over the place, so maybe that had something to do with her slow death. That's right, Rarity had Horcruxes. Which I can't remember if it was the original book or if it was Project Horizons. I talked about going around finding the statues and destroying them. I like to think that was the original story. Yeah, her bones are still attached to the window pane. She died there, slowly of poison. I think in the book, Project Horizons, when I think the golden guy sees her, she's described as her hair almost looking like plastic because because it had all fused together into a single lump. Like still styled in the way it was styled, but very much not individual strands anymore.
There, Michael. Moving these a little closer so that just in the back edge you can see the outline of what looks like the different towers in Canterlot.
Yeah, I like that.
Because then it allows me to be expansive, have a large amount of things viewable, but not have to worry about the minute detail. Because that's the problem of like trying to fit the detail of a large city is difficult. But if it's just kind of hidden in obscure clouds like this, I can get away with a ton more. And and the best part is this is technically the legit way it should be done. So
yeah, I mean, now you're thinking like Silent Hill 2.
This is the way it should be.
Yeah. Works.
Well, that's about performance. I'm just worried. That's the reason that Silent Hill did that. They were trying to keep their performance managed.
I think later in one of the remasters, they got rid of the fog because they didn't need it anymore, and people were angry. Like that was like the whole point.
Yeah, the game's identity is tied to it now. So yes, I can see people being angry. But that's like a lot of the old games. They had like choices they made in regards to like performance and whatever, and it ended up becoming an aesthetic that it was identified with, which is kind of cool.
Well. And it worked out real well with Silent Hill too. I mean, what's that game with the wolf? The sun god wolf. Starts with an O.
The sun god? Oh, Okami or something?
Okami, yeah. That style very much just worked on the PS2 resource-wise, but it was kind of the perfect time for that game to get released, visually speaking. That horse. Hope she's going to be okay. So, chat, since I have you here, how's your week going? We haven't talked in a bit because we were gone. Anything happen over the last week? I'm watching this Rarity, and I feel like an 80s music video needs to start. And for some reason, the song Everybody Wants to Rule the World is playing.
I'm trying to get rid of the cracks on the outside. I might redo the cracks a little bit. Because there's no glass there, there's nothing. So it's about how do you define a crack on an object that you can't actually show. Like, usually glass is shown by different types of reflections and stuff, but I can't really do those. So it comes down to how else do you do it? And that's why we brought in the framing so that it provided a better idea and a feel of a window. I technically could put like these are large cross beams. I could probably split those into 6 panels then too. Like I don't know what they call it, but there's like the small little pieces of wood that go across. That would also help. But
You're an awfully fancy building to not have big windows.
That's an aesthetic. Big fancy windows are professional, but this is Equestria we're talking about.
Well, you're also in the Ministry of Image, I think.
Let me double check because it does very much state how the windows look.
You're either in the Ministry of Image or you're in the Ministry of Flutter Size Ministry, which I'm blanking on all of a sudden.
Okay.
No, she was like medical, but I can't remember what the ministry was called.
It wasn't even locked. And then shifted to a closet with mahogany double doors. Inside was a meeting room dominated by a rich table crafted exquisitely from the same mahogany as the doors. Chairs were overturned, papers and folders were scattered. Opposite wall was dominated by a huge picture window. Okay, so I can't split it up. I'm okay with having the little like bars that come down, but it does mean that if it says picture window means nothing. It should just be big and flat. And I would say even this is still dominated by a picture window. But if you split up any more than this is a huge picture window. Like sheets of glass that big are like 100 and something pounds. Like that is, you can't get much bigger before they start breaking it into pieces, even if it's just to create small little minor seams along there. So
it does sound like you need to knock over some of those chairs.
Yeah, bones are found still attached to the window pane. Yeah, I know that. And that's where, like, I was talking about the mahogany table, papers and folders scattered everywhere. If I went into the detail, this one I made sure to read. It's the only scene, I think, that I have marked that because they define how the room looks and then go to the memory orb, where normally they describe what the room looks like in the memory orb. So I had to make sure I had both marked. I had to do an emergency cleanup with the local maker place's wood shop. One of our senators asked for a tour. He likes wood turning as a hobby, and he holds a lot of state grant purse strings. Well, why don't you just keep it clean all the time? Then you'd have no problem. Problem solved. I don't see your mom saying that.
I'm saying mom things. I'll be right back.
I need to figure out why this is sitting just here. Which light is causing it? Not that. There it is. Window under rim. Okay, so what is it doing? Okay, I can see it potentially being the light that is attempting to just cast a teeny amount of light right at the edge of the window, like right here, like that. So I just had to move it down a little bit. So placement has to be pretty specific. What I could probably do is just kind of make it a little bit more like this, then just turn it down. Though I think I probably want that to be a little tighter. Oops. It's got radius on. I don't want radius on. Okay. Let's bring it a little tighter. So at this point, I think the room itself should be kind of aglow, but I kind of like the deeper lighting because of how I changed the lighting here. I'm going to probably change around a few other things, like being that everything that's coming through is very pink right now, means that everything coming in terms of light should be pretty pink too. Because right now it's kind of other, but I'm okay with keeping this a bit whiter, but then maybe just going a harder pink on the left. So rarity's left. Let's just go a little bit more into the pink. No matter what I do, is it going to make a difference? Okay, it is fine, but as soon as you start going harder on colors, you need to get brighter. And I have to get really close if I really want to have it be like that. Okay. All right. And then this is her main left. So this is going to be, if anything, actually, let me go back here. Let's decrease this one a little bit. Let's keep it a little bit more. These ones should be usually a bright source of light, even if it's colored, unless it's a very harsh, like that color, nothing other, still kind of makes like a little bit of a white for the rim, like the coloring around the edges. But the actual light that's kind of going around her here, which is this even on? I don't even know if these are on. I know they are.
All right.
Very minor, but they're on.
I am back. And I got a glass of orange juice, like you said.
Good.
It's a little chunky.
Yeah, Adam said he picked up some chunk. Or like a slight pulp or something.
No, they're big old glumps.
Well, they're good. They're healthy glumps.
It's very pulpy. Which is fine. Just means it's made from real oranges.
I'm a fan of pulpy orange juice. If it's not, it feels like it just kind of goes down hard or something. I like, or it just tastes like water. I like the thickness of it. It's good.
The best orange juice is Tang. Everybody knows that.
Michael, is there an orange in the juice? And did he pick up Naked? I can't remember what he picked up.
What's
for the brand
on the table?
No, for the brand of the orange juice.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I wasn't paying attention to the brand.
It kind of matters because if he says I'm going to pick you up some orange juice and he grabs Sunny D, like,
it's not orange juice. That's orange drink.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would be like, dude, that's not. What are you thinking? But I bet you does Sunny D even have vitamin C in it?
I don't think it has oranges in it.
It has oranges, orange food coloring.
Yes. It's like let me see. What's Sunny D? Water, high fructose corn syrup, and concentrate from orange, tangerines, apples, lime, grapefruit, pear juice, plus added vitamin C.
So it has added vitamin C, and what I'm going to guess is it is mostly apple juice, or because apple juice is cheap. So they make it full of apple, and then they just change the flavor to be whatever Sunny D is flavored like.
Well, they have to label the ingredients.
They did.
In order.
I'm not saying. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
In order by what is mostly in it. So, They don't have to necessarily give the amounts.
So
but
they're
in
giving.
order that it
So they are mixing it in. They are probably mixing in other amounts of stuff to ensure that orange stays first, but then where they can balance it out with cheaper ingredients. They have high fructose corn syrup higher than the tangerine concentrate.
Yes. It's
Yes.
water first,
And
then
that,
high fructose
and the
corn
hilarious
syrup.
part about that is that fruit has sugar. So like,
Yeah. And then it says and 2% or less of each of the following concentrated juices: orange, tangerine, apple, lime, grapefruit. So less than 2% of each of those. The rest is just corn syrup and water.
yeah, no. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'll be back in a second.
Don't leave. You're the face of the stream. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, I'm trying to bring up his... Oh, okay. Try to keep track of where the stream's at. There we go. Yeah, I don't think Sunny D should be drank and consumed by any human after looking at that. That's not fit for human consumption. It really isn't.
I'm back.
It's sugar water lightly flavored with fruit juice.
Michael, I did pick up today. 1911 had a honey pear cider.
Yeah,
I was curious on honey pear.
it sounds good.
But also Brewhaven Craft Company. I have no idea where this place is located.
Probably somewhere in Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Actually, they must be new
Yeah, it must be.
because I've never heard. I don't think I've heard of them. It is a beer called The Witching Hour. It says a sip of sorcery, but it's a butterscotch ale.
Ooh, that sounds real good.
And it says it has low malt or low hop. A lighter beer, more on the crisp than sweet side, which is perfect. So
Yeah.
I was curious. Let's see how it is.
Is it the butterscotch one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That is I would say slightly more butterscotch than beer, without being. It's butterscotch without the sweet butterscotch. It's just butterscotch flavor. It's actually really good. I really like this.
Yes, that does sound good. Butterscotch is pretty delicious.
If it was a little thicker, I think it would be a little better. But that's
It's like a stout.
yeah, like the thickness of a stout, but without the flavoring of a stout, maybe. But I think it's really good. So add a little cornstarch, and then it'd be good.
Your meat is most likely healthier to drink than the Sunny D. I don't know, man.
Except for the
I
cancer.
think my meat's pretty good. Meat's giving me cancer. John did get sick on it that one time. I had drank a bunch of it and I didn't get sick. But John was drinking other stuff too that night. So, getting sully playing the meat.
Well, and again, mentioned this before. It was session 0 of D&D, where
It's not downtime.
there was like little bits of downtime. So it ended up being that I think people just drank a bit more. I didn't drink too much because I was really trying to like do my best to pay attention to everything. But Kyle says he's going to have to figure out his level. He doesn't have that 100% figured out yet. Do you have your level figured out?
Yeah, it's with the paperwork.
I am going to be going. Everybody in the party hit level 3 at our last D&D, right at the end. But yeah, that's going to be our first thing: is everybody rolling HP, and then going through the checklist that I made of what the character is going to have and what they can do, because I think it helps if everybody's understanding of the capabilities of everybody else.
Yeah. Oh.
But I am planning to have us. I'm going to be reading the overview during dinner because I'm going to try to get things into things because I want to. There's a certain threshold we need to get to, or it's going to be rough to save it. So.
Yeah. Thinking back on that Sunny D, and I'm thinking the purple stuff probably was better for those children. They should have drank the purple stuff.
It was purple stuff. No, I want orange stuff.
Like, I like the idea they invented purple stuff to be the thing that's worse than Sunny D, because from what I just read, nothing is actually worse than Sunny D. Maybe if you drank just pure sugar water. But, I guess that kind of just explains soda pop, though. Chat into my secondary screen.
Now, see, like, I want to put I want to have some of that light that's reflecting to the inside, but I feel like by putting it, it starts feeling like the inside is outside, and I don't like that.
Well, I mean, it's very clearly the inside.
I wonder if creating a vignette on the window would help provide definition to it being a window.
See, you just used a fancy word at me.
A vignette. So a vignette is like a darker outline around the edge of something.
Okay.
Well, in like old photographs, how they used to have it, where like there was a white circle around a person that was in a picture. That was a white vignette. I do a lot in images where you just do a black vignette. Sometimes do a blurred vignette. The blur around the edges. Get a lot of games through that nowadays too. I'm wondering if that would not like a vignette that's like throughout the whole window, but just at the edges, just like at these little pieces. The problem is, for one, do I see both edges of the window when this opens? Yes, I do. These are two different shape of windows. And if I do a vignette, I have to have the exact shape of the window, because the vignette has to be placed in there and as like a floaty thing in front of it. It'd also be kind of a bitch to do. It would take quite a long. Well, you know what? I have an idea. We're going to.
Not entirely sure how you do it. I get what you're going for. But
you take a flat model that's close to about the shape of that, and you. Oh, actually, I know a way to make something easier. But anyways, about the shape of that, and then just add translucence onto the VMT. It'll allow you to do gradient transparency, and you just put that on a model, slap it over there with the middle being mostly transparent, and you're good. It's not difficult. Okay. It's just annoying. But there's a really easy way to determine if it would work or not. And that's just to like take a picture and then like put it into Photoshop, add it in Photoshop, and then just see if it works or not. I think it's going to lose out a little bit on, it's going to lose out a little bit on what having the vignette be in a 3D space as you're moving would actually give it that definition too. So it won't quite do that, but, okay. Yeah. It's still not working for this. Hold on. I want to see if I can get, ooh, Elgato partnership. Oh, let me see if it's actually from Elgato. Marketing at elgato.homes. I'm going to guess that's not Elgato. We'd be glad to work together on a concise 100-second integration showing Elgato Wave Neo microphone in a format that feels natural to your content. Well, it wouldn't be my YouTube, but whatever. Now, that email actually sounds more legit, but I can guarantee you it's just a bunch of crap. Alex Rivera.
I'm just seeing that cute pony again.
Anyway, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna like. One, I know there was I remembered the one setting I had to go into on my phone here. I couldn't find that before. You know what? Oh, did I uninstall it? That might have been what I did. Because I don't like Microsoft product being on phone. Yeah, that could be what I did. I can do the one thing though. Oh no, actually, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna send Michael some images.
What?
I'm gonna send you some images on Discord as a way to transfer some stuff. I have a couple pictures I want to show that were really cool. I have a couple versions, so I don't know if I'm grabbing the right ones, but where is? There was like a special one I took a picture of. Where did that go? There it is.
It did sound ominous, didn't it? Here I am, just trying to finish up this juice.
Juice.
Very adamant that I drink.
Drink your juice.
Juice. I've almost finished the whole glass.
Good.
Are you proud of me?
Drink more.
No. That's a lot of sugar right before bed.
That's cool. Okay, that'll work.
The thing is, Sunset, Source filmmaker, or the Source engine in general, kind of sucks at reflections.
Okay, nothing there. So the recent conversation. So, all right. So yeah, like this Wapaka I talk. Like it was just, and actually that wasn't even the best version of it either. But like Yellowstone in the winter is pretty neat because everything was kind of like steaming all the time, and it was this big old buffalo.
And it's the fact that the whole area is just super geologically active. That's where all that steam is. It's just
from
hot springs.
During the middle of the day, you could just look out and see steam coming from random areas because during the summer you can't see it as much, but during the winter all those were hot pockets and you can just see it in the distance just everywhere. It was, some of it looked like war zones for how much was coming up, especially by Old Faithful. But yeah, that was just, I think, on the other side of the river from there. It was just super neat. That river will never freeze. But then it causes a lot of this like bubbly ice around here because it's just always in fog that then just hits the ground and freezes. So it's just ice. So you have to be really careful around there. Yeah, that was coming around the river. I have a video of us coming with that. I can't really put that on there because it'd be too big for Discord, but it's really cool because it's just going through you're seeing this fog of river as you're going through. Really cool. And yeah, it was that was over by the Prismatic Springs. But it just, I don't know, it felt like the world was melting in a fun way. It was very, very pretty. Very much enjoyed it.
All the ice on the trees in the last one from the steam where it rises up to the trees and it just freezes under the trees. So it's pretty cool. Oh boy.
Okay, so we're gonna add a bit of vignette here. So first, can I do a vignette? I think that's for a whole part of an image. So instead, we're going to get our shape, copy new. clipboard, paste. That gives me my dimensions. I don't really need to paste it, but layer filter. This is lens correction.
No, I try not. I was reading a previous thing on Sunset. I try not to think with the pink mist did the ponies, because it was horrible. When you think about how it works and fusing organic matter together, like essentially all of their everything was just like melting into one another. Their clothes would melt to their skin, their organs would melt. It was gross. And probably immensely painful. I think the only story I've read where you can actively hear and they describe the effects of the pink gas was in Pink Eyes. But luckily for you, the reader, when Poppy Smiles is being exposed to it, she's also being injected with like drugs to help like not have her not feel pain. So she doesn't actually feel what's happening to her.
Okay, now that I have that base, I wanted to the vignette's more about at the corners. If you want to have it on the edges, it has to really bring it in as a much smoother a bit. So I did an inner glow of black so that I created a base for the edges, and then I'm going to use a vignette to increase the amount at the edges, but it was too much at those edges when I did it before. So if I do that, yeah, now that creates a little bit better of an effect. All right, so now let's copy, paste. That didn't do anything. Let's do rasterize layer style. No, that didn't get rid of it. Merge layers. Merge. There we go.
The rest of the book, yeah, the zebra rune or whatever they called it was basically keeping her form in one piece, but all that was left was the gas at the same time. So the suit was keeping her together, but she was very much not together at the same time. Basically, the runes they put inside those outfits were incredibly powerful, and they were designed to keep the occupants alive no matter what, no matter their condition. Even if they were turned into a gas and goo, it would keep them alive. It was powerful magic.
All right, so Michael, vignette.
Yes, it looks very nice.
It actually does look significantly better.
Yes, it looks like glass.
Yeah, and right now it's not with the 3D effect. If the camera's moving, the vignette would move too, which to me should enhance that even more.
How can you get that into? Are you just going to do it in post? Or are you going to actually get that into source?
It comes with two problems. One, if I put the model there, any light coming at it might interact with it. So that could be a problem. But the biggest issue is going to be I need to find a model. I need to get it approximately, which I think the highway sign models would probably be about the right thing, as long as it's square in the corners. I can use the scale manipulator that I use for the train to adjust it if I ever slightly need, but it has to be pretty close, because if you say we're square and then you double its width, now the vignettes on the edges are going to be much wider than the ones at the top and bottom. So you want to get it close. But yeah, let's get that out of there. So first, let's find some kind of a model that is approximately this size. and has square corners. That's kind of important. Normally signs, it doesn't matter how big it is. It's just about having it be the right size, square corners, and hopefully not rounded edges.
Can't you just use your the same screen you use for like skyboxes?
No, it's rounded.
Oh.
It's not rounded. It's curved. The skyboxes are actually curved so that they better, kind of like the reason that they curve screens and stuff.
Yeah.
But like this, nope, it has internal dimensions. We don't want that. That has other dimensions. That could maybe, no, okay, no, it's got these little weird edges things. I really want it to be a plane, because if it's 3-dimensional, then I might have to worry about how light hits on both sides, and I'd rather not. So, or just must have ran across something that crashed it. Normally beers, after having like half of it, it's like the second half is not as good. This beer is still good. This golden ale features an amazing blend of caramelized sugar, vanilla, and butter that leave a magical feeling on the taste buds. With the addition of milk, sugar, wheat, and oats. The mouthfeel is creamy, yet still finishes crisp and clean. Made for the magically challenged. Oh, wow.
Magically challenged? Oh, you gotta be like that.
You gotta get some oats for the horses, Michael.
Magically challenged horses. Those poor earth ponies. It's like, those are earth ponies. They prefer magically challenged.
Rarity's death. Okay, it's the same. I saved it before I went in there, apparently. So no.
I don't think the other falls would quite turn into nothing but like goop and mist. Like there was enough of them still there for them to walk around. Pink Eyes only got back up because her glyph got super powered by the nightmare, I guess, that existed within the suit, or came down from the stars. And Enter tried to take over Pink Eyes, but realized that there was no evil in the heart of Puppy Smiles, so it couldn't actually take over.
What was the name that it kept calling hostiles?
Horse tiles.
Horse tiles, that was it. It's like a count. Oh yeah, the horse tile or the count of hostiles was high, and it'd be like count horse tiles.
Yeah, like at the end of the book, it was Spike is like, we never did figure out who this Count Horse Tiles was.
Ooh, this might work.
She's like, why is Mr. Horse Tiles so mean? And it's like, count 2. He's like, count now? Yeah, Puppy Smiles was adorable.
I think that model might work.
Honestly, any piece of media that I've ever watched or read, and maybe I have a bias because horse.
Yeah, there's only a little bit of a large bias.
Maybe, but the opening to Pink Eyes is by far the best opening to anything ever. Because it opens into the middle of chaos. Absolute chaos. But among that chaos is Puppy Smiles, and she just thinks it's a really neat fireworks show, and you're seeing it through her lens. Like, it's absolutely horrifying what's going on, but through her eyes, it's just another fun day in the magical land of Equestria. And her concerns are, where's my mom? And I want juice.
She is your idea of the perfect pony.
She is the perfect pony.
She's kind of ditzy. She runs around, causes mayhem in a horrible universe, and she just wants boops and juices.
Yeah, she wants juice boxes and hugs because she's a 5-year-old pony. And she just wants.
No, she's not.
To be. She's adorable.
She's a lot older than 5 years old.
No, she's 5.
She's 5 at the end of Puppy Smiles.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's still mentally 5.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Pink Eye. At the start, she is 5. At the end, she's essentially 5. And she just wants her mom, and she just wants juice boxes. And, like, she doesn't see anyone, and she sees everyone in the world as being for friends, because why would they be anything else?
Okay, so that's
She's
what
never known anything but
what happened.
kindness, and she expresses nothing but. That's why I can't remember her name. But the griffin, like, who hates ponies, looks at her and goes, "This is like the one pure thing left in this world." And she wants to protect her. I can't remember the griffin's name, though. I remember she would call her Chicken. I love the Rock of Destiny. Yeah. She would just hit things with it.
Okay, so is cousin.
So what was that griffin's name that was kind of her traveling companion? I remember Mr. Blue, and that was the name of the computer inside. At least I think it was Mr. Blue. And then there was the nightmare element within her that would talk to her sometimes, but could never get control. I need to reread Pink Eyes. It's not that long. But it's probably my favorite book from the Fallout Equestria series. It's definitely the shortest one that I read, but it's also my favorite.
I'm wondering if I might have difficulties with doing the window that way, because I'm thinking translucent objects over other translucent objects. Well, no, because the clouds are already overlapping on themselves too. Some of these are just poorly done. So that's why I kind of did a test with that one to see, like, is there something like, would it work? I think I need to try a different sign. I did see one before. Oh, that's too wide. There's a different one that I saw that was actually like a box.
Would a box work better than just a flat image?
Flat image would work better, but if the box works, I'm not going to complain. Like, that's probably too wide.
Well, like you said, you can use the stretch.
Yeah, but if I stretch it, the stretching will cause distortion. So I'd rather not. There was one of these ones that was about the right shape. That's pretty close. Ooh, this might work. This will probably work. This is showing that it works in front of the fog, and this is a gradient, which means that it's using translucence. So this is a model that would work perfectly, and if it's turned sideways, it should be about the right everything. So okay, that should be our perfect base to work from. Okay, so decal, hazard sign, or 1D. What's this one? Oh, shit.
Mhm.
It's a lot of other textures on there.
That's what it is. You're like, oh, this is many a thing.
It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so specifically this one, but first I have to increase the size of this as much as I possibly can without breaking. SFM lets you go up to, I think, 4096. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we go, and let's see how close this is. Actually, let's just grab like the size of this first. Well, actually, you know what? This is the size of the window. So if I use this and I stretch it to whatever fits that sign, then whenever I stretch the sign to fit the window should match. Then, yeah, let's do that. So I have to be careful. Oh, I forgot. So like, the vignettes are a little tough. Okay, first I need to get this texture gone. So first we'll go to the edges here. We need to mark. Oops. Was it you, Michael?
No, it was not.
No message.
But I got it too. Oh no, I think I just heard it through yours.
Oh no, it was Jay. It was posting for the thing.
No, I just sent you that.
Oh, Kyle's having issues with figuring out his subclass because it's behind a paywall in D&D Beyond.
Yes, I ran into the same problem.
Hold on.
Tell him to go to.
Nope. Hold on. I'm just gonna send him pictures of the book. We're taking a quick detour.
I tried D&D Beyond when my subclass was also behind a paywall. All the good subclasses are behind paywalls.
Yeah.
It sucks. Hasbro's the worst.
Oh, camera.
Another reason to complain about Hasbro. I like no matter what we do, Hasbro's involved and we can be angry at them.
Oh, this is getting blue light. I don't want blue light. Actually, I only have to zoom into his level 3 stuff. And then, okay. And then we're just gonna take another quick one. He should have availability of his spell list. Yeah, so no, he should be fine on the rest. Okay. Oh, he wants to, I think, apply it all in D&D Beyond so that it runs the character fully in D&D Beyond, but then he has to pay for it monthly.
Yep. No, yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to do that too, but then I realized it was all behind a paywall, and I was like, I'll figure it out on pen and paper. It's going to be a hassle, but I'm not paying monthly.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like, that's the whole purpose of having the book, is I paid a one-time fee and I have it forever.
Well, if you buy the book, they give you unlimited access to D&D Beyond, but you have to have proof of purchase or something.
No, you don't. You actually, the digital copy and the physical copy are different. You are not allowed. I thought that originally would work that way, but nope. If you buy, I think you pay a one-time fee to have the book on D&D Beyond and have it forever, but it's the same cost as the physical book. So, yeah. But I don't get paper.
Easier character management.
The whole thing. Yeah, well, it depends. I like the pen and paper side of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that'll help him a little bit.
We'll figure it out. It's not going to be a big deal.
He just wants to manage it there. But the pen and paper, like, I had to do a character sheet for something recently, and I don't think it's bad.
No, but it's our first characters, and
yeah, I know, but that's how things always used to be. So you just
used to be, not in my lifetime. I mean, maybe when I was 10.
Yeah. The game's been around since I think you have lived more of the D&D than anything. Like, Shut up, Michael. I missed some of this.
Like, the days of like the nerds who had to sit down and read the D&D book every day
like,
at school and was supposed to be.
I like that though. I like having a physical book to look at. I like rolling physical dice. I like doing the physical thing, like writing on paper. Like there's something satisfying to that. The only stuff I really use my computer for during the D&D sessions are to control music and lights. That's it.
Well, yeah. When I was a kid, I took the book that came with the game StarCraft to school with me, so I could peruse it while at school. But,
and Sunset, we're using 5e 2024. So we're using the most recent variant. And that's what I have right here. I have my big books. The standard 3, the player's handbook, the monster manual, and the Dungeon Master's Guide. Though what's funny, I use the player's handbook a ton, and I use the monster manual a ton. I rarely use the Dungeon Master's Guide, but most of the Dungeon Master's Guide is kind of just saying like things to do during the game that are helpful. That takes up a good amount, but the majority of the book is actually charms that you can give people, like fake campaign to kind of, or an actual campaign I guess you can run, just try to run through it, but like how to put information in certain things. The one that's actually really useful for this is treasure and cosmology. The treasure lists a huge amount of magical items that you can pull from, and you can make anything you want, but they're really fun. And then cosmology explains how the whole world works behind the scenes, like all the different 9 hells and the different planes of existence, and that's actually pretty good information too to reference. But overall, like it's not as much of a reference. The player's handbook is a huge reference I use all the time, and the monster manual is just a giant book of monsters. It's also useful. So, but the Dungeon Master's Guide is useful, but the actual rules of play all come out of the player's handbook. If you want to learn how to like combat works, the Dungeon Master's Guide tells you nothing about how combat works. It might tell you like recommendations on how to run combat from the DM side, but not like what roles you do or anything. And hello, Hot Rod. So I can make. I think I'm going to probably manually do the vignettes, just because, yeah, actually, this. Oh. So how do I make? Oh no, that'll probably work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. I was trying to think, like, because sometimes the transparency gets a little goofy if you're trying to use an overlay to do your transparency, but I think this should work.
I'm curious to see how it turns out. I think it'll turn out pretty good.
This is too dark. Ooh. Okay. What does that look like? A little dark on the very corners, but that actually kind of makes sense. So I will probably leave that. Then we have to get rid of everything and set this to multiply. But see, that's where it kind of becomes an issue. Multiply only causes a transparency over an existing texture. It doesn't create a transparency over transparency. That I knew I was going to run into a problem because no, I think I know how to solve this. So let's go and create an entire background of white. Now we're going to take these two layers, copy, paste, go to our channels, go to alpha, and I only got that layer. That's not what I want. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna just merge. I beat you to it.
You did. Hello, Chargin. How are you?
Go. Okay,
Doing
now.
well, I hope.
Okay, no, we'll keep all those on. Now we can go and
How's your week been, Chargin?
make this white.
Argo here is trying to make a window. I think he will succeed.
We're trying to add a vignette to the window.
Trying to make it look more like a window.
Okay, so now the alpha layer shows thing. Okay, so now we're going to save a copy of this as a PNG. Okay, and now we're going to see if we can maintain that on import. All right. It's much bigger though, so it's going to take a minute. All right, now let's go switch to seeing our alpha channel. And I see nothing. Oh, actually, let me double check. Save a copy. Alpha channels, that's what I thought. I just didn't save it with the alpha channels. That's PNG. PNG should have alpha channels. Wait, the Targa has alpha channels? I mean, I could try it, but never actually tried it before. How's it going, Harad? We must hear your answer. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that has an alpha channel on it now. That's good. Now we save as. And we save it as what. You know what? I don't even care. I don't care about what it's called. All right, now we go to this. Add. Override. Okay, so it's not quite what I was wanting. And actually, even if it was, it went a little bit outside the border line anyway, but still, the center is a little darker than it's actually. Inverted? Be back. Oh, actually, yes, it is inverted. I did that backwards. Okay, I did everything about this backwards. All right, we need to invert this, and then
That would make
no. So the black is the part that's transparent, and then I just go to this color, and I just make it black. Ooh, come on. No, I don't. I just want to make black. So now, okay, that should work. I just had it completely backwards. But understandably, it's complicated. Okay. And then save as glass transparent. And then reload. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That last ping wasn't even for me, so I have no idea what that ping came from. It wasn't in the other group.
Wasn't?
No.
No, it was
I'm
from.
looking at the other group right now.
No, it was you. That bing was because you wrote and I heard the ping.
There was one after it.
No, that was your ping.
There was one that just happened, and that was a few minutes ago.
Nope. I got nothing else.
Okay.
You're just
You're
just being Michael.
The fact that many subclasses are behind a paywall on D&D Beyond.
Which I can't blame them on. It's like you're running a service, and so they're providing a lot of it for free. But if you do want to use a certain amount of it, then yes, you have to pay money for it. But
Sure, but there are other like community-made websites that they've gone after and put cease and desists on because they don't want them competing with their pay service.
It's only pay because I'm not paying. If as a DM I was running a game on D&D Beyond and I had the manual, everybody in that game would have access.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really difficult for me to like say like, oh, well, not everybody bought the monster manual, so I can't have the monster in this combat. It would unlock it for everybody in that game. But even then, because it's also the idea of if you buy one book for a group, but even then, it's like everybody just looking at their phones to manage everything for a session is not as fun as physical stuff. Like I've been printing out every item. We do the 3D prints for stuff.
It's nice to be able to verify you're doing it right. You can use the computer to verify your information and then still keep it on pen and paper.
Yeah.
It's because we're still learning, and it's just it would be a tool to help us learn.
There's a lot of tools out there for if you're in need of information to help you out for stuff. I am referencing things all the time. I use ChatGPT a lot, but I would say it's wrong by pulling the wrong version information.
Yeah,
probably a third of the time. And so I still have to know the basic information on stuff. So I've had it before where I said, hey, you're wrong. This is what the book says. And it goes, no, I wasn't wrong. I did it because of this. And then I was like, oh, actually, that makes sense. Because I asked it to do it based on a certain thing. And it used that information to modify what the book said. So it's not every time. but still. All right, we're going to decrease this a bit because this is a little bit heavy to work with. Okay, if I go to about that big, it's definitely still too wide. But now we do rig, load, directional scale control, and I still have it broken. Where is, there it is. No, it should be working now. Do I have to like recover this file? Did I break something with it? That should be the way to do it, or is there like a thing I have to activate? I thought there was a thing I had to actually activate. Ah. No, it still doesn't work. I thought I have that patch run every time. Yeah, already patched. No, I don't. Let's switch back to this. No. Kinda needed to make this work. I use a set of protocols to limit ChatGPT's incorrect responses. Sometimes it just gets stupid. Well, the problem I have with D&D is the vast majority of information out there is based on 2014. So if even if I say use 2024, it just has a lot of muddled information for older versions that is still based on everything other than the second digit of a year for specifics. If I really tell it, if I like, it's done some stuff for Druid that I'm like, that's not how Druid works, because it really wanted to do some, like, when you die, you revert to your other form and use its HP. It doesn't work that way in 2024 anymore. And it kept wanting to utilize that to determine like difficulty ratios and stuff. And I was like, no, stop that. Like, 2024 doesn't let that happen. It goes, oh yes. And then it would modify things. So I just had to be careful on, I have to, as long as I have a decent understanding on how the things work, it's a great tool. But if I don't have that understanding, I could walk away with wrong information. Only thing I can think of with this tool that's wrong right now is to just uninstall, reinstall it, and see if that works. I feel like I might have modified something by accident on here elsewhere that's just causing it to break. But I'm not going to know what it is. So we're going to go and try to find it and reinstall it.
Is it just that one scene that's still breaking, or is it a different scene?
Ooh. Oh, is that scalable too? Oh, that's really handy.
Oh, those are decent sky domes.
Kind of. I've already recognized two of them.
TF2.
And they're individual, like, yeah, it looks like they're just recolors of the same one, but I kind of am okay with that. Oh no, they're a little different. Yeah, like that one, I know that skybox, that sky dome. I really don't see these as anything special, but the fact that these are kind of molding around and stuff means that they've probably added a bone to mold it. It's by HoovyTube. HoovyTube.
I like HoovyTube.
All right. I want my scripts. This was, oh yeah, this is a way to just scale Subscribed items. Script.
You know what I haven't done in a while,
There we
chat?
go.
Checked My Little Pony news. There could be important My Little Pony news that we're missing. Maybe they announced the movie when I wasn't paying attention.
Just in case, I'm gonna close it and then reopen it. There's a chance that the script that was being run to activate it was also wrong. I want to double check the order too. Where is Steam? Describe the site magically if you really invoke the directions domain from so I'm making a startup. That's not a problem right now.
There's some new My Little Pony watch. It's apparently got its own headline. Don't know what that's about. The G-Shock Baby G reveals new limited edition New Year's 2026 in collaboration with My Little Pony. What's Baby G?
Baby G.
Is there like a brand I'm supposed to know? The G-Shock Baby G My Little Pony watch. That's the pony news, I guess. I'm guessing that's a popular brand, but I don't follow brands. I actually haven't owned a watch since my 20s. I have a phone. It tells time.
Let's get the script every time you restart SM in order to see the scale changes. Okay. Let's try this again.
I think at this point, if
Yeah,
you're wearing
something
a
is just
watch,
broken on it.
It's mostly just a fashion statement at this point.
No, I can't remap these. That's where it gets tough because I need to like scale it just a teeny amount. There we go. Okay. Oof.
Some news about the My Little Pony card game or CG booster sets. That's recent.
All right, Michael. So I have it on this window. It's just I might need to make it slightly darker.
Yeah, not really like the earlier thing was much more clear. I see it. I think it just needs, darker and wider. Because I'm not really seeing it. It's a line of shock-proof casino watches. And they got... Okay. What does casino watch mean? I have no idea. I mean, now that everybody has a cell phone, like I said, watches are more of a fashion.
They've always been a fashion.
No, they used to have a purpose, telling the time. But now you have a phone. So now if you are wearing one, it is solely for fashion. It serves no purpose outside of fashion. Unless you're some weirdo who doesn't have a phone.
No, because phone means you have to go and pull out your phone. Watches are much quicker.
2 seconds. How it takes like
it takes less than 2 seconds to look at your watch. I like having a watch. I miss having a watch.
Like the idea of having a watch. It's not about telling time, though.
I like having it for time. When somebody says, hey, what time it is, before anybody can even get to their phone, I can be like, gotcha, bro. And I can look down and then spend 20 minutes interpreting what it says.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea how to read round clocks.
Oh, of course not. No, we lost that technology decades ago.
Oh, yeah.
We lost the ability. It's like reading cursive.
You know, like,
I did.
you know what? Ooh,
When I was
I have a better idea.
working at McDonald's, there was a girl who asked me, "What time is it?" I'm like, I looked at the clock and like, there's a clock right there, and she looked back at me like, I don't know how to read those kind of clocks. And I looked at her like she was a space alien, and this was some sort of joke, but she wasn't joking. She couldn't read an analog clock. It made me sad.
All right, Michael. So technically, this window has it on.
That does look better. I can see it now. I think that's pretty decent.
So this is with 6 layers of the other dark adding on thing.
Yeah.
I think if I could, I would want to go specifically to these edges and add a little bit more. But I feel like, yeah, I kind of want to.
It's a Casio watch. Not. I looked at it and I read casino. My brain auto finished.
Okay,
Casio.
that makes more sense because I'm trying to figure out what the hell a casino watch is too.
It makes more sense.
Michael, can you define for me what you see as being a casino watch?
A casino, a watch that also counts cards and time, which they would very much like beat the shit out of you if you had.
Well, if your watch was counting cards, that's actually pretty fancy.
It's very fancy.
Okay, we're gonna do something like this and see how this turns out. I'm
sure if you walked into. Pretty sure if you walked into a casino wearing something like Google glasses or something, they would very much want you to take them off immediately. Because if that device is counting cards, which they probably could at this point.
But people wear sunglasses a lot, but normally smart glasses, it's pretty obvious that there's a camera, and depending on laws, like I know Minnesota, at least in terms of like general conversations or whatever, it's only a single party that's required to have permission. So if you have 2 people that are talking or interacting, only one party needs to be privy to do a recording. But casinos are in different land generally and might have different laws that state that you aren't, or it states that you aren't allowed to bring recording equipment into a casino. At that point, any type of Google Glass or something is a recording equipment and would probably be against the rules. So it's not whether it's counting cards or not, you are breaking rules.
Yeah, no, it's counting cards isn't against the law, but if the casino finds out you're doing it, they will kick you out.
They have every right to kick you out. They can. Yeah. You can't get in trouble for doing it. They can just prevent you from playing.
Yes, they will tell you
and ban you.
Never come back. You are not allowed back in here. Now they're allowed to do that. Yeah.
I like how Sun sits over here. Cassie. Oh.
sorry. I read it as casino watch. I'm like, what's a casino watch? And I went back to watching it.
It is only missing an entire letter.
Yeah. My brain scanned it and auto finished and went back to being like, that's weird. Whatever. And he's over there like, you asshole.
You have defiled.
Very fancy. I've heard of Casio watches. Interesting that they're doing My Little Pony Casio watch. Why
Casio is not like the epitome of quality. Casio is they make watches.
Yes. It's just weird where Hasbro's sending the My Little Pony license. It's a cool watch. It's got Rainbow Dash on it.
Would you use it?
Yes. Because I can get behind that sort of fashion.
So this effect is basically okay, but my problem with it is it's real. I wanted it really strong at the edges, and why is that different? Oh, These different.
You like watches
Oh,
and
they
you
are
like
a
My
little
Little Pony? Do you want a My Little Pony Casio watch?
Oh, there's a little bit of that. Oopsie range.
I can see how that's going now. It's like, are you wearing a My Little Pony watch? It's a Casio. Thank you very much. It's a very nice watch. Shockproof. Yeah, but it's My Little Pony. Yeah, well.
What is?
I like the idea of a My Little Pony Rolex. There you go. Rolex, get on it.
I think
It's a Rolex. It's a $10,000 watch. It's like, why does it have My Little Pony on it?
I think if I want sharp edges, what I'm going to need to do is, I think, keep it as the old texture and just like heavily double it up, because I'm thinking that like the transparency is being overridden, because the transparency is going to allow a certain amount of light through, and if it's got a very bright source on the other side, that transparency could just be completely overridden. And I'm guessing that's what's happening. So I'm thinking if I go with the original one a bit more, and then I just do a whole bunch of copies, it's able to get a little bit more. It's just it's graying it, but it's not blacking it. Like, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, because this gets a little weird. I wonder if I go pure white, I bet you it would do something. So let's try that. Because right now I don't think any of this is like pure white.
See what you're going for, but I think that only works at one angle. With like the I guess you gotta have it coming from every side. Never mind. You keep doing you.
Select inverse. I can't just okay, at least I can use this as a selected for this. Okay. No, oh, it's inverse, apparently still inverted. No, reselect inverse. Who's that?
I don't know.
It's John.
No.
No, John's just gonna just share because I think he's in a thing that has it, so he can do it.
Well,
but then he has to create a campaign for it, and so I'm not creating no campaign on D&D Beyond. It's tabletop.
We're gonna use the tabletop. It's just nice to have an assistant because we're all dum-dums. Your friends.
The problem is, if you the reliant on it to such a degree that if you don't know where the numbers come from, and then when a question comes up of getting a base of that, and you're like, I don't know what are you talking about? If you don't understand where everything's coming from, how do you understand playing it? It's like when it says like, oh well, do this roll but add this, and you're like, well, from what? And it's like, oh, well, it should be on your sheet. And you're like, no, it's not. I don't know where it is on the app. I need the app to tell me what to do. It's you're controlling a character that's a real living being, and you're like, nope, automate easy mode.
We're working through it.
I have spent hundreds of hours learning everything, and you're like, 20 minutes too long.
Look, yeah, believe in us. Believe in us in our even in our lacking. Because that is tempting.
Well, yes,
just
but
verify all
I
this
was
stuff right.
I was holding hands up until now. I said things are going to get harder now. If you forget that you have something on your character, I am not going to tell you.
I'm still gonna write it on the paper.
I know, but I'm saying like it's now at this point that it's not going to be where I am saying, remember that your character has this, or your character does this, or you have this. I am not going to tell you. If you forget, it's on you. And because I don't want to hold people's hands, because then that kind of just makes it feel like you're not actually playing the game. It's somebody else is playing the game.
When somebody punches a guy, then you just say it was not lethal beforehand.
Yeah, I did that with John.
Yes.
Because like he wanted to be like, well, just assume every punch I have is not lethal. All right. If you're punching a demon, if you're punching a rat, if you're
he is very much Batman.
Yes,
Batman.
he is punchy. He is Big Jim Batman.
I'm Big Batman.
I'm Big Batman.
Big Batman.
I don't like Big Batman.
I like Big Batman.
I'm the biggest Batman. I think
And those chili dogs. Man, we
might
need
be
to
a
have
bit
chili
brighter.
dogs. Like Hormel chili.
That's not really
Would you
white.
be upset
That's
if I got
getting white.
canned Hormel chili
But then it gets so
and hot
weird.
dogs for dinner? I'm gonna take your non-answer as a no.
I'm focusing on like actually doing shit.
I'm focusing on doing shit too, providing you with chili dogs.
I don't know if I want your chili dogs. Actually, just the
They're gonna be
stating
Hormel chili.
stating no. Well, why don't you just
No.
use Skyline?
No, because I do that all the time, or I used to. When was the last time we had just Hormel chili dogs?
I used to get like I think it was Hormel chili, like you could get some stuff out of cans and stuff. I would do it for just dipping in like no, it's Campbell's chunky like chili something. I used to just take that and like you make a can of it and just dip chips in it. It was a very healthy lunch. And by healthy, I mean it was not. Okay, are they buzzing again? Oh no, Kyle sent me the money for the trip. Good. Oh yeah, so now Kyle's like, oh good, now I can go easy mode again.
Yeah, it's an assistant.
I have an assistant I use for a lot of things, but I still want a base understanding of what is going on. I don't want something to tell me what the number is. I want to figure out why the number is. How did it get to be there? Because by knowing that, I can better understand what happens when things. Because like the best part about D&D is that you can do anything, and if you always just feel like you have to be on a rail for everything that's being provided to you, you're never going to think outside the box and try using things that you might not have thought about. Okay, we're going to try this again. We're going to select all, copy. Okay. All right, and then we go to there, and then we do black again. Double check elf is there.
About the Michael chat in our Discord.
I actually truly don't want the answer. But you're going to tell me anyway.
You can put perfectly innocent images into the Michael chat, but by them being in the Michael chat, they become less than innocent. It's the magic.
What is less than innocent?
Well, I just put a picture in there. That's a perfectly innocent picture, but by being in the Michael chat, it's become less than innocent. And that is the magic of that chat.
Okay. Now that I have one that's pure white, because I would think that like by some kind of a texture that had pure white wouldn't allow any light to go through, because you'd have to have some level of like forcing a block on something. So, and I don't know if it was pure white now that I think about it. Anyway, we'll try. See if this made a difference. I definitely want a brighter white. Three. Okay, it did make a bit of a difference. Yeah, actually it did. It definitely put that much closer to the edges, which is what I was wanting. Instead of having it more towards the middle. Yeah. Now that there's a nice stronger edge there. But why isn't it as strong on this side? Only thing I can think of is technically it's a little bit like in the wall. Where's the thing here? Yeah, that's what I thought. So technically it should be about here. That's why I'm not seeing it as much. Just the scaling gets a little bit interesting. And being I can't like rescale the scaler, I'm kind of stuck with this like tiny little whatever. Okay, that should be pretty close. I stuck. Did I lose some dark on this side? Nope. Though it is clipping a little bit, I should probably move that to where it's not. Doesn't really matter where I put it. If I put it there. Okay.
Repost, take a screenshot of a room just in front of Rarity looking into the room. Oh, you're saying for like trying to create reflectness. Reflections are like...
Oh, for doing a reflection? No, the problem, the camera's moving, so reflections don't work that way. Reflections are going to if you were to, you could use that for like environment maps, which then you could create kind of like a reflection, but it wouldn't be of an individual thing. It'd be like of an area that you want to try to do. But trying to, you could technically, well, no, because it'd be the alpha map. So you could, technically you could put it on there with like a slight transparency and have it be looking like a reflection. So on here, the problem is that only works from this angle. As soon as you go to like here or anywhere to the left or right, that reflection breaks down very quickly because the perspective that you're looking at it changes. If you really wanted, you could like find every frame in the opposite angle for it and like replace it for every frame and create some kind of weird shadow or reflection. But and yes, I know the camera's only coming in right now in a straight shot, but the idea was to have it not be that way. But even with the straight shot, the camera is kind of coming down. That would change the perspective of the reflection. For individual images, if I was just to take a picture of it, yeah, you could probably try to figure out the angle for certain things and make it work, but for this might be kind of tough. All right. That is just this window though. Okay, so this is going to be window 1. Oh, actually this is window, yeah, actually going to call it window 1. Vignette. I'm gonna say I probably spelled that wrong, but that's fine. And we're gonna do a couple of these. We're gonna do 5. So the center still seems bright, but then as you get towards the edges, it darkens a little bit. I'm thinking that light and how it's it's interacting. It's not just like a standard light. It's kind of like a glow. It's what's causing that vignette to kind of like poofy. I thought group 2 was, oh, that's the vignettes. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted to get rid of. I want to get rid of this one. Actually, this still makes it hard to see. I mean, you can see it. Okay, yeah, it's definitely there. It's just yeah. Actually, that's what's causing it to break down. Is stupid volumetrics. Now you can see it nice and strong.
Oh yeah, now it's there.
The volumetrics is causing it to. Volumetrics are amazing and horrible. They just cause they're great, but they cause a lot of problems. But here, they're really what gives me that definition. Probably because it's allowing visibility through the fog too. All right, I need to use the restroom. Then I think I have a solution, so I'll work on that.
Okay. So chat, what you doing? Being very quiet, I see. So quick, admit it. You all want to snuggle a horse, don't you? I know what's up. I see you. I'm not allowed to have a horse. He won't let me. I found a video about how to hold a machine gun fine position. Okay. We got another message. I can't mess with the screen and make the ponies kiss when I'm not actually in the room. It's very upsetting. Oh, good. It wasn't Andrew messaging. I thought maybe he was texting from the toilet. I'm sure it's very erotic. Sir Edward. 3 guys, 1 gun. That's
Wait, I came back to Sir Edward saying what in all caps. What did you say?
not the name of the video.
What did you say? What did you do, Michael?
Our new PC currently looking.
Michael, what did you do?
Kind of OLED monitor. Man, my monitor is still just
Michael, what did
60 frames per second.
Michael.
Like,
Michael.
Television. What?
What? Sir Edward said what in all caps? What did you say to Sir Edward?
Nothing.
That's what concerns me.
I said nothing.
When you say you've done nothing, that's when you've done the most horrendous, horrible things.
I only do horrendous things when you're not looking. So, and you were pooping. So,
I wasn't pooping. If I did, that was a very quick poop.
This is putting interesting thoughts into your mind. Yeah. I'm imagining it, Sir Edward. It's true. I left the cough medicine that I took to work at work. So I don't have it here. No, science is bad.
What was that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you over your death.
I'm currently wishing I had brought the cough medicine home with me.
We have cough medicine around here, I thought.
No, that was the cough medicine around here. I took it to work.
Well, then that's your fault.
Yes, it is. I needed it to get through my day. But it is wearing off.
Okay, that's what I thought. All of these pink clouds. Oh, they're causing... I feel like... Might need to play with this lights a little bit. So let's go to the, which is this one? Yes. So the volumetric was keeping things bright, but then was causing the some of the transparency to kind of break down. Or it was, the volumetrics were causing any transparency to default to a bare minimum of pinkness. So we would never get to the darker blacks that I wanted. But the smoked clouds that I put out here work, but they're now just decreasing brightness overall. They're not actually causing like the red. They're causing a redness. Yeah, I think they are. Let me see. This is the light. No, they're just causing a general decrease in brightness. You can kind of see it there, but I thought I had made those like a slight red color. Maybe it wasn't red enough. Yeah, they're supposed to be like reddish, but I'm only seeing black. Oh, that white cloud I normally have on here. Okay. So if I override the cloud texture with a objects, okay. With a pink, I can definitely check to see if the colors that I'm changing on there actually do anything. Okay. Oh, my override's going to override that. Can I group remove? No. Remove override. Where are you? I made one of them bright red and I'm not seeing it. Why is it just making it black? Yeah, like if I turn the lights off, I get the pink. If I turn the lights on, it gets black. But then if, wait, that's a bright light shining at it right now. But when I shined the light in through the window before, this one, the layers definitely glow then, because this one, oh, the light itself is very pink. Okay, no, it's still showing that it's like the surfaces themselves are pink. Oh, but only from this angle? I'm at the backside of the textures. Maybe I can fix this. Oh yeah, I'm on the backside of the textures because I wanted it to rotate around the thing. Okay, that or I can kind of understand why this causing problems, though it's stupid. Okay, now it's giving me pink. Oh, that is punk.
Ping pong.
It's also way too far back. There we go. So I feel like even with this like particle thing over everything, getting it to feel fog like is still going to be a bit tough without using volumetrics. I can maybe use these particles a little bit. For one, what color are these clouds? They're not pink. That's not pink. Give me pink. What am I thinking? It says pink.
Thinking pink. It looks pink.
Oh, that's not pink. That's like black.
With little pops.
Yeah, I mean that looks pink.
Oh, it's pink through pink. It's double up pink. It's gonna be
It's-
darker pink.
No, I need super pink.
Looks like ghosts out in the fog.
Well, these I want to know these little ones. What level of pink are you?
It'd almost be better just to make them white, and then they would be bright pink through the cloud.
Shows they are very pink. That's what color those like floaty ones are. Apparently.
Make them white and see what happens. Okay, now look at them and through the other smoke.
So they're still white.
Well, back up some.
No, I need
Turn
to
pink if you back up.
see that back. Okay, it's. Oh, so some of this looks pink at like a distance, pinkish. This is not pink.
Oh no, put the other cloud back.
It doesn't. No, because that's not. It's not. Michael. Boom. Oh my God!
Right.
Look, it's still black.
No. It goes pink if you back up.
No, because it's like darker grayish. I want like brighter pink. I want those to be brighter.
No. It's not working.
See, because this one then it comes like this. It's just dark. I don't want dark.
It's not working.
I want pretty pink.
Pretty pink. Prettiest pink.
Why is it not?
I'm gonna
being
be
pink?
Horse of the Moon. Moon horse.
Oh, Sugary Fizz. Yeah, he's doing a Circle of the Moon.
Yes.
So he can focus on his stuff. And because he's like supposed to be based on some like weird horse thing, we've stated, or we're stating that he, as a druid, forces the animals that he would want to transform into as a druid to be horse-like. So I basically like wrote the stat blocks for a couple different transforms that he was looking and interested in to make them more horse-like. Why are these not pink? Because like, okay, now now I see them being kind of pink. But from here...
I mean, kind of. It still doesn't look very pink to me.
Well, like, no, if I get rid of these, you can see where it's trying to be, but... Oh, I already closed that. I'm going to guess that there's not an ad version of this. Nope. Because these look very pink here, but this is a different like position or whatever. They look purplish. Well, I can change the color right now. I don't care what the color is at this point. I just want to care that the vibrancy pours through. And right now I'm not getting any of that there. See, now it's more pinkish. I don't know what Tint Clamp Max does. I don't think that did anything. Because it still makes it darker, which is kind of understood. Particles have a difficulty adding light.
Add some luminescence to them. Can you add some like light?
No, you can't do it.
Particle.
No, not to particles. Particles don't like lights.
Well, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, particles do have a difficulty when it comes to. They're really good at being darker on top of things, but not being lighter than the thing behind it. I thought there might have been something for like causing brightness, but normally that is a property of the texture, and I don't know quite how those work. Where you can do something to add like a property to the texture that causes it to over brighten. That's why I checked. Normally those textures are called _add. I wasn't finished talking and you just started talking. What was that?
I was saying, what about your magical thing? The thing that you made that puts sparkles and a luminescence on a particle.
The what? The magic effect that I use for horns and stuff?
Yeah.
It's just the same properties. It'd be the same thing.
But that has luminescence.
Kind of. It's in the situation that it's being used in. It's like if I were to put the same particle in here, it would probably just get blended into the background as well. Particles are just really weird. Ray trace environment. No, because if I went and like looked up the property that you add to a particle, it has the texture for a particle tends to be called a particle texture, and then you can add something that will technically tell it to over brighten in a certain situation. But I don't know what that is right now, and I'm not going to go and try to figure it out.
I just don't think it's going to be anything but black unless you can like self-illuminate a little bit. Particles are not built to do that. A lot of the times if they look like they're like lighting something up, it's because they were built to make it look like they're lighting something up using trickery. And but they won't actually self-emit themselves. Okay. Sat on my foot again and fell asleep. Like that sleepy derpy plasma. Watched an entire YouTube video yesterday that was just a compilation of ponies sleeping from G4. It was pleasant. This is how I spend my time. I spend it well, clearly.
Yeah, because even here, it's just that as soon as it pops up, it's in front of something that's lit, so it just darkens it. Shield Horizon tendrils. What is that? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I was trying to make it look like there's like an edge of a shield here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see that, yeah. So you were kind of thinking about the barrier a little bit.
Yeah. But it was originally so that the smoke would come over like a hill or something, but that's not really what's going to happen. So now it's going to be this. But even this, I'm not getting the silhouette that I want. I could... Let's see if I go to the main shadowed here. Copy, paste, disable the shadow. Let's move this light to be behind. Oh no, because even if I put this behind, it's not going to do anything unless I'm shining on the wall, because volumetric's only one that's about shining forward. Would you even see that on the wall? Oh, you do. Oh. Okay. So it's already pink back there, so I don't think I actually have to make this pink. I think I can just make it white. Okay, so there. It does make the background visible a little bit. If I get rid of this, it's going to be just a glowing background, but the fog gets rid of it a bit. It kind of loses a little bit of the definition that I liked before. Is this light still shining? Yeah, how is it not doing any lighting anymore? Before this was giving me a nice, like, whatever. I see, the volumetric's going to get rid of stuff again. Volumetrics is just so broken in how the SFM handles it. You probably don't even give vignettes that strong anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Well, kind of. Actually, it's not quite high enough. There we go. That's better. Then it still misses. It's missing out. Like, that volumetric really gave it an oomph that I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to replicate without. Because volumetrics has that benefit of having that lit layering. So if I go and shine the light at the buildings, then I get definition on the buildings, but I don't want definition on the buildings. I want them to be dark. So that means all the light has to come from behind. It's the only thing I can think of. But then it's not going to hit that front light, and so it's going to look like that. What if I came from two different angles? Like, did like, I gotta be careful I don't go in the room. Because if I keep it low, I can maybe make it so that you can kind of see in the distance the shield getting hit.
Yeah. We're trying to like show the bombs hitting the shield.
Yeah, but to do that, I need to.
You could just have flashes.
Yeah, but you need
light.
to be able to see the sky for that to be a thing. Then that's what I'm trying to do. Is
Well, it could just be like random flashes of light, just kind of off of the corner.
But if the fog's completely covering it, you can't see flashes of light. So I'm trying to position the lights in such a way so that you can actually see something in regards to that.
Mm-hmm. I'm uncertain how long they maintained the barrier before it fell. Luna died before it dropped, and Celestia escaped because she didn't want to die. When she saw her sister die, it kind of snapped.
I don't care about reasonings. I just care about what's happening. You're wetting your tirade again.
Yes, because I enjoy talking about the book.
But you've talked about that exact scene like 3 times today.
Because you're on that scene.
No, that scene happens elsewhere.
It's happening right here in the city currently.
But not what you see. Well, what about the baker that just like was making some bread? Now they're just bread horse. Like, why am I not making a story about them?
Oh no, they fused the bread. Bread horse. They will live forever as the bread horse.
They are forever bread. Like, why don't we tell a story about bread horse?
Where can you read the film fiction? It's on there. You have to dig for it a little bit. It's weird. It's like they have a whole section for it, and that's not super obvious where to read it. Fallout Equestria. But it's on there. It's in there. It's actually, there's, what is it, the main 4 or 5? There's the main 5. Fallout Equestria's. Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, Fallout Equestria Heroes, Fallout Equestria Murky Number 7, and then Fallout Equestria Pink Eyes. And if there's one really big one I'm forgetting, please let me know, but I think that's the main 5. I thought there was another one that was kind of popular, but I can't remember the name of it. Film fiction. So FIMFIC. If you just type in FimFic, it'll come up in Google. And then prepare to be overwhelmed by all the coarse fan fiction there. Like I am willing to bet more fan fiction has been written for My Little Pony than any other television genre.
Doctor Who's going to be a hard one to beat.
I don't know. Does Doctor Who have an entire site dedicated to just Doctor Who fan fictions? There you go. There's a link.
Fanfiction.net has the archive. Archive of Our Own has some more. Whofic.
Whofic?
Yep, Whofic. I'm not clicking it because I don't want that in my history, but Whofic is a site.
I want Whofic. I mean, they got a count on here somewhere, I think. In film fiction.
What about all the Paw Patrol fan fictions and fan fiction?
Nobody's writing Paw Patrol fans fiction unless they're sick. No.
Wow. Or that just grab all, I guess. No, it shouldn't have been. Oh, because I grabbed all the ones in an order. Yeah, this should be just top to bottom. That would be the half points. Okay. I'm actually going to leave them there. What we're going to do is group them. Let's turn them on and off to see. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I need it.
$160,170 stories are currently on FinFiction.
Only?
Yeah. Only.
You know what? I know one that's definitely got to beat.
What's that?
Christianity.
Yeah, they just got one book they read over.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of side stories. And it's got a lot more time.
Yeah. Really gotten a lot out of that one book.
Yeah, I'm thinking just religion in general. I feel like a volumetric light is the only way to get the definition that I want without. If I really wanted to make it a silhouette, I could just go and replace all the textures on the models with just black.
Everyone, one by one.
Not, it wouldn't take that long because all I'd really have to do is just make a black texture, go into the VMTs and just have them all point to that one black texture. So it'd just be a quick copy paste and overriding them.
Would it be permanent to all those though?
Well, most of those models don't matter. And it would be semi-permanent, and it would be like just an uncomment thing. But I could just do it as an override. There's not a ton of buildings. Like this whole like giant building is not a building. It's a bunch of buildings that I put together to make it look like a big building. It probably wouldn't be too bad. The problem with doing that is it would be a black texture, but there would be lack of depth. The nice thing about the volumetric light is it creates a artificial depth in a way. Where, let's see how. Not the particles, so it's going to stay on. Yeah, it creates this depth feeling of saying things feel farther away as things go further back. That's what the volumetric lights are really good for. And that's what I was trying to do with the overlapping textures, but a lot of them always go darker as they go further back because that's kind of how they would work. There's something blocking something. They're not, volumetric lights are a light that's being cast throughout the entire distance, which is a little different. But the moment I turn that on, just that window is never going to have a vignette that's going to be of the darkness that I would want, just because volumetric lights will prevent it from working.
I myself, yeah.
Oh, Harry Potter has 1.6 million fix.
What? It's bullshit. Who cares about that nerdy child?
So it's got 10 times as much as Pony, Michael.
Well, Pony just today has posted 20 new fics.
20.
Yeah, just
all
today.
Right. Just today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's Michael, let's do some math. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's 365 days in a year times 20. Okay, so we had 20 a day, so 7,300. That's per day. No, that's per year. So per year, there'd be 7,300 fix. And so we need to get to 1.6 million. All right. So that is basically about times 200, right? Yeah. Yep. Not quite. So if you give bronies 200 years, we will, with our current numbers, get there.
Yeah, but the thing is, all those Harry Potter fics, they're trash.
Michael, I don't think you've quite dug through the volume of what pops up from Horse.
No, there's all
Star Trek. Star Trek TOS holds a spot for the first organized publication of fan fiction.
See, I'm looking at this first one here. It's called An Equestrian Tradition, and its tags are My Little Pony, Romance, and then it's fetish sex porn. So bronies are making nothing but quality stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure if you were to go digging into the that Harry Potter stuff, there would be some Griffin Dotes in there. So,
No.
okay, well, we're gonna be down there. Anything else after I'm gonna do from here? Just gonna do not gonna be very far. No, I don't care about backups on that. No, whatever.
Oh, apparently Star Trek is first. That doesn't surprise me.
Yes, but Star Trek has lots of different, like, is Star Trek or Star Trek like Next Generation, Star Trek or whatever. There's a lot of different ones, and it's been running a lot longer. Harry Potter's only been around since what, 2000 something?
Ish, yeah.
Let me see where I send you guys. Cover hasn't been on for a little while. We're playing Call of the Lamb again. I've already started playing World of Warcraft. Weird games. Fierce playing Final Fantasy 14. Starslink is doing more just boobs. And then Critical Role's playing. So,
Click on the boobs.
I'm not going to boobs. I was going to go to like Cowgirl. She hasn't been on for a little bit. Yeah, it's been a year. Oh, well, back. Oh, I was going to say she's been on like more time than a year. There's a integration, I guess. Neat. Okay. I'm not going to boobs. No, that's a bad quote because that implies I don't like boobs. But we'll head over there. There's boobs everywhere. But anyways, see y'all later. We'll be back on Friday. Michael's will hopefully be back then. You gotta do a juice cleanse. Yeah. Juice cleanses are stupid. Yes. It says the timer. You can see my screen still. No, it's right here. It says 13 seconds, 12 seconds. All right, so bye-bye. All right. Bye-bye.